So every time you bring up the Australian military, you get the inevitable comment talking about the Emu War. But Australia's actual military history is obviously a lot more interesting than that. One of the most well-known would be the Kokoda campaign, where at the time, Australia's actual military, the AIF, was stationed overseas in places like North Africa. And at that time as well, Japanese Southern Seas Division, which had just made its way through the Philippines and Singapore, was coming down to Papua New Guinea to then stage an assault once they take Port Moresby on Australia itself. So with our professional military overseas and the home base unprotected, we had to raise a civilian militia and send them to Papua New Guinea to go fight these Japanese special forces in the jungle. And that's what we did. We got a bunch of farmhands and clerks and many teenagers who were in these civilian militias and sent them off to go fight. They did very well at repelling these Japanese special forces in some very brutal conditions. And I like that story because it showed Australia's capacity to raise a fighting force out of its citizenry when necessary. But actual engagements of the professional fighting force would be, for example, in World War I against Germany in the Battle of Hamel, where we cleared them out in a few hours, and then later on you had Kapyong and the Battle of Long Tan. Look, there's just so many examples, and I get that the Emu War is a joke, but I sometimes feel like people who write these comments have zero understanding of Australian military history.